Hello, I'm John Fox on the channel John on the West. I can't hear anything at the moment. I'm having a Disco Elysium adventure. And we just found some clothing in this trash bin. And he says, alright, we should go to guard again, ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as somebody from the hostel cleaning the yard, or that one. He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. I divides against confronting that force. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, this establishment had the key. It's just a small, loose thread. Okay. Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here. Fuck, he's on... Okay, I can't tell if they're talking because it's silent for me at the moment. Fuck's he on about? Kids? The one behind the fence yells, "You heard something, Kuno? Thinks you're an infant or something." See? Okay. The mug. I'm getting that mug too. You pick up the broken mug with the oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique? Only in its social sensibility. Take the mug. There we go, my sound is back now. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Search for food waste? It's just organic waste, cold and slimy in your hands, the apple and potato peels mostly, unidentified sludge and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? What? Blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peel. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Pick it out. The damaged ledger. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist paper hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out the forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is. It is, look. He points to the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You even got an autopsy form in there. A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board. Continue. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. Well, he doesn't know what to say. Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains just to be sure some of it has not made it into the hands of RCM's adversaries. Organised crimes and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. Okay, I'll do that. Read your ledger and name the case. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash. The soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitedly. Now tell me what your eagle eyes see, or are we finished? Some items such as the ledger you found are interactable. Go to your inventory and find the Interact tab to read your paperwork. Close the lid. The container sounds like a muffled gong. Well, that's one thing off the list. Lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. So... okay. The Yellow Man mug. Broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent, frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. Seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. Interact. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. It's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go again. What are you going to say about the broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out the garbage? Yeah. Okay, so the mug didn't belong in the trash, it's just a funny mug. The mug will be useful by denouncing it. I could earn political capital to mask my bad ass hustling. I'm going to push this in the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. Mug is an example of prejudice. I'm not going to use it as an example. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. But it was in the trash. Why not just call out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. I want to get into that mug talk again. It will not happen. The mug talk is exhausted. It's time to return to work. It's just a basic mug. What is there to read? This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes, written in the man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it could be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case. The damaged ledger. It's the ledger you found in the trash. Are we recording this time? I am, thank goodness. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from the plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. Just a sad display is made complete with a faint smell of urinal cleaner. Anything else? There's a piece of toilet paper. Was it cleaning tissue? Nope, it's toilet paper. Desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Challenging success. Inspect the toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do now is shake it off your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. Inspect the clip. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Run your fingers across the aluminium. Surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. It's similar to the RCM watermark on the blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say about the headlines lights of his motor carriage? That you could read these there? Did he? Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned? Points to the sticker. What? He's lost in his own notes. Takes a moment for him to see it. Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. Interesting. What kind of information? Depends. Aside from the anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station numbers and address. The information varies by date of issue. Maybe you also have how many cases you solved. How can I read it? Any capable light with a right wavelength will do. You mentioned the headlights of your kinema. Yes. There was a pause. RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks. Cool. Continue. This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on. That is all. Thank you. Oh, he returns to his neatly kept notes. Browse the white papers. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into the watercolour patterns, reaching its tendrils across the entire page. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files! Commit to paper!" The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organised and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What is in there? What are they about? Work, strife, poverty, Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to the missing pages and the odd naming convention. There are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. Is 2 cases a week good or bad caseload, Lieutenant? Huh? He raises his nose from his notes. 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it. Let you start making mistakes. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. 2? He raises an eyebrow. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you're making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. That's okay, he nods, and turns back to his own case files. We will make mistakes. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. There was mention of a naming convention here. It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has a case number written on the margins, yet it's more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. Conceptualization. Success. A title, one might say, even one that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. Oh my! And they're written in capital letters too. Yes, all caps. One is the Next World mural, another is the Square Bullet Hole murders, another yet the Unsolvable Case. More? Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on the couch in an unexpected location, the murder at the hookah parlour, and even the article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort piecing these case files together, but it can be done later, once you've done inspecting them up close. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. You mean the alphanumeric officer, precinct, time of arrival and scene? No, I mean non-numeric one, with titles. Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defence, almost everyone in the RCM does. You see, I was honest, and I learned something about him rather than him judging me. Why is that? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organisation had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use the titles to refer to their work among themselves. I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defence, I seem to have named one, he peeks into his notes, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. He smiles. I pray his loved ones never find out. What happened to him? Rail spike through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end of that remain untouched by the damage. Checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brush-free hand, similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. Language developed for mental rigour and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. There we go, my morale would have been healed. Satisfying slash sounds across this paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No. Any ideas? I mean, the last episode I called The Hanged Man, so... The Hanged Man. Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a good, very good name for the case now. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm going to start calling it The Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. I'm done inspecting these. Close the case files. Okay. At 10. It's going to be a while. Were these slashed off before? I need to check. I'm not sure they were. Logic medium 11. Can I read the case files now? Huh. It's possible, yes. Easy, no. You need to come up with a small archaeological system to reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates in the numeric titular system is all you have. How's the case files again? Done inspecting these. Okay, logic. Okay, well that's a good reason to put into logic. Like, that's my character's supposed to be logical, and I just failed a logic test, so... Still, suggestion was going to be useful. How's the yellow papers? In the back you see a thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them out of the binder and hand them out according to the type of form. What types of forms are they? 3. The topmost ones are misconduct fines, middle ones are station calls, the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Okay. Misconduct fine. The monetary penalisation ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. They appear pleasantly vague. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Field autopsy. Dozen pages of thin paper, bright red in colour. You see the parameters of the deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. None of these. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, field autopsies to dead guys. Endurance. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. Really? The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Look at the clipboard. It's made out of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone around to submission with. The edges around it, however. The U4-sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on the wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters RCM. Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside, ever so slightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. Peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. That's a real word, John. Lapis lazuli. But it's not see-through. You cannot see to its centre. How would I open it? With your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. Interface, medium. Open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. It's not what you end up doing. Okay. Oh, I failed. It's not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic, slide it open, but nothing happens. And you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. Oh, so every time I fail, I have to upgrade to try again. Ledger quivers in your hand, and as you shake it... Yeah, okay, sorry. Smell the ledger. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It forms the base of the experience. The base is surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. Put it away. What was I going to do? Got reason to talk to the dude, don't I?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Suggestion medium. What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar? Failure. You have absolutely no idea. Never mind. What was I going to do? Oh yes, the car. Okay. Kim, how do I turn on the headlights? He starts the preheater on, waits, takes out his keys and says, "Alright, ready?" I turn, you press start, it's next to the preheater. Press the engine start. The dashboard lights up with an orange glow. Rounds per minute. Gauges the jump, and the engines of the Capri Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl. Press the button labelled headlights. Lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now. Interfacing. As you hold your ledgers clipped beneath the headlamp, the iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the vein of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you. There she is. Revachol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. Look at the shimmering street grid. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, yet the major arteries of the Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinema's headlights. Wait, look around you. A rat brazenly darts past you, disappears amongst the stopped lorries in the distance. A child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than a child's cry. Ah, Martinez. He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" Points to the halogen map. "Let me see." He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it. "Right here," he says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out of the great ocean. Seems nice. Nope, it does not, the lieutenant says with optimism. Look at the perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Tally up the different rows. First row has 18 dots. Not bad. Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. What about the next one? The next is the longest. Runs all the way around the border and then some. Count them individually. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice large number, a wave of pride washes over you. You can't say why precisely. What about the last one? The last row has 3 perforations. 3? That's it? That's it. Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean? Point to the holes on the watermark. Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer in the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Take a look. Alpha Male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It meant. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Wait, 18 years I've done this? That's what it says. Might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did all those blissful years do to your youth? You really think I have any idea? Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, that's the one that wraps all the way around. Is the number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, more than 200. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. It used to be good. It's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? Right, those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. So I'm a killer. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. Does this change depending on how I built my character, I wonder? There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. We at least have that to be thankful for. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. Gives you a meaningful look. Personally, I find it helps to keep a few hobbies. Like what? Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Maybe I should find a hobby. Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol. Thanks for this. Lieutenant nods. Okay, let's go. Right. I'll go turn off the lights. He presses the remote control on the key. You now see your statistics on the journal page, right of the description. Superstar cop? Oh, cool. I'm a very sorry cop. Ha. I did a little bit. I'm more communist than fascist. I'm a very sorry cop. I could have been a superstar cop. A little bit of a boring cop. This is kind of interesting. Okay. Maybe I should work on superstar more. What am I going to do now, actually? I mean, there's plenty of people to talk to, but... Gart and Kuno. You know that probably ain't gonna end well.
Cash, you see him throwing rocks?
Hey kid, wanna hang out? I'm not a knock.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit! Fucking entrapment shit!
Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno! Show me what you got! What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got!
The body. What do you know about it? Shitloads, pig. What's your question? Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know? If I were to want to waste my time, which I would not, I would ask them who he is, how he got here, and the usual. The ordinary being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary, or have you seen anything suspicious? Have you seen anyone suspicious around? Just a couple of pigs sniffing around the dirt. Seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno. Yeah, you tell the Fagari, Kuno. Looks like you're a Fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations. You know who he was? Kuno's fuck gimp. He picks up a rock. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice. He's trying to hide the fact he doesn't know. I mean, who he was before he died. Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. He shakes his head, clearly offended, trying to make Kuno sing into a proper phone. You know how he got up there? Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down, so you didn't see it happening. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. He puffs himself up. Kuno wasn't even regional. Oh, okay. Where did you go then? I don't know. Some fucking... He looks around trying to come up with something. Mesk, or I don't know, some other place, Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. There's no Night City anywhere. It sounds like a name of a city in a pulp science fiction novel. That's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't exist. Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know what Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to? Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame. It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno City. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame. Lame. The name of fucking... That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. The shit ain't about that. It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it will come up later. Focus on the case. More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else. You're testing Kuno's patience here. About the crime scene. Do you kids often play in this yard? Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want to bond with it? The dead man's clothes was in the trash container. Point to container. How did they get there? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. The shit is beneath Kuno. I need to know. It could lead to... It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene. Listen, listen, he stops you. Kuno doesn't care about the small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there. Dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. He points to his pants. Your size, good price. 500 real. Alright. Entertain me. What's so great about these pants? Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit. Performance crotch. Urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Scientists! Believe it. You need this shit. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrap pants. They are graphite black and look brand new. Savoir-faire. These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Physical instrument. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. What is... Okay. Flex powerful muscles. Enjoy healthy organs. All for muscle men, bare knuckle boxers and gym teachers. Physical Instrument is not only your muscles and your skeleton, it's your ability to use them effectively. It enables you to do push-ups, sit-ups, knockout punches and 360-degree spin kicks. It's one-size-fits-all solution to thriving and surviving in the physical world. High levels, Physical Instrument breaks doors, chains and bones. It also makes you laugh at Namu pansies who can't. You'll be manned up, encouraging others to curl iron until they're manned up too. At low levels, however, you'll have a hard time arresting anyone who isn't infirm or already dead. Indeed, engaging in physical confrontations could leave you in either state. Conceptualization. They will make you look like an idiot. Huh. I might be interested in the pants. Let's talk about this later. What piggo? His face lights up. Shit's rolling. Don't do business with a pig, Kuno. He's going to steal all your money, Kuno. New task. Buy foreign pants from Kuno. As you can see, Kuno nods towards the fence. Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust. Empathy. Easy. Success. There's more to his distrust than being a pig. You'll feel threatened by something obscure in you. What this is, however, remains a puzzle for now. There was also a mug in the trash. Show him the mug. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yes, does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got the fast brain, he whispers excitedly. You're saying you pigs are after the mug fucker because he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Somebody has tampered with the tight crime scene, cleaned some of it up. Shit, that's tense. Thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beatdown basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Nods in approval. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there, but if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can. Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here. Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. He lets out a hiss, even meaner before. Get away from Kuno. I'm going to say fascists. Yeah, Kuno jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. The popo. Sorry. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. The ladder. Ever climb it? Look at that fucking shit, he screeches. You're trying to get Kuno killed? So would you say that the ladder is unclimbable? Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook. There's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno. What's in the greenhouse over there? Dunno. Kip's ass gardener used to work there. Kipped is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Elysium. Not so much anymore. Hold on, the gardener used to work there. Yeah. So I'll try not to do the accent because I'll be terrible at it. Oh. Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. He fills his lungs with rancid air. His eyes get a little watery. Shit's nothing to Kuno. You mean the woman by the whirling rags, that gardener? Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit. He looks you in the eye and nods, as if agreeing with himself. Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Encyclopedia. Fishes sometimes used to fertilize soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing garden beds. I should ask her about that. Accept the task. Logic. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things that are suspicious. Might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. He spits over his shoulder, then looks back up at you. I gotta ask, who is Kuno? Kuno's Kuno, pig. The boy, I'm the pig, points at his chest with both thumbs. It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield. Interesting, you refer yours to yourself in third person to distance yourself from the situation. Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. He seems offended. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book. Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fill you. He's going to put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing. Shrill and violent like a fire alarm. The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the window overlooking the yard. Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape! Help! The boy joins in. He's got Kuno! Help! I'm just going to leave. Conclude. Hang on. Let's answer the questions. Help! He's digging his dick out! Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out, you're afraid! Pigs are hurting Kuno! Somebody please! It's full blast now. The wind, I knew I should have left, carries the message far and wide across Martinez. How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may be a way out, just appeal to his reason. Don't punch him, it's a bad idea. Back off. Look, pig! Kuno whispers as you retreat, vanishingly silent. For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with ace up his sleeve. I know you wanted to hit me. He lets it linger. You've got that I'm gonna fuck Kuno up look. The Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. Relax, he can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that. Composure. There's a dead body, remember? That's what you were doing here. You're copping the case. Huh. Why don't we get back to the interview, Kuno? I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You know what? You should have, because now, he raises his voice again. You're nothing. You're joked, Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. He spreads his arms, taking dominion over the yard. King Kuno! Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch. You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno. No. Lieutenant almost rolls his eyes. You're not. We can just leave. Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever. The Pipo-hated critter doesn't let him finish. A Pipo is a type of hat, by the way. Nice Pipo. You don't talk to me about my fucking Pipo. You don't know where I come from. You're just Kuno's bottom bitch. Whatever, I had some questions about the crime scene. Okay, Kuno's kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, he taps his temporal lobe. This changes shit. Click, 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 click. Goes the little piper-wearing asshole behind the fence. Empathy legendary. Figure out what's going on with the kid. He's on your crime scene, bossing you around, and he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. Sorry, I'm clicking this pen, I shouldn't. He can be useful. Kuno, City of Rage, Night City. What's going on here? I'm intrigued. No! The evil shit behind the fence hacks like she's coughing up a furball. You told him about it and now he knows you're lame. The city's not fucking lame. You are lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... He waves his hands in the air. Just fuck off, alright? And fuck you too, he adds, turning to you. Putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king. He rules here. Fuck did you want? Explain himself, as if explaining some kind of work. Some kind of avant-garde work. Way ahead of its time. I'm intrigued. You must go. You must get to the bottom of this. One of these days, sadly, it's unlikely to happen today. Kuno, I threw up and can't investigate the body now. Yeah, like a fucking volcano. The kid is mimicking violent puking noises. Fucking pathetic. You're lucky you didn't die there, fascist. Maybe you got some advice for me. I mean, you're obviously handling it quite well. Yeah, Kuno's got some advice for you. The kid looks to his left and then to his right and then leans towards you. What are you, like 80? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid. Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of Kunified non-vominator. Kunified non-vominator, here I come! That's right, turn your weakness into conceptual strength. Try it again now. I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno. Hang on. More questions about the crime scene? No. Okay, I'm off. Kuno doesn't fucking care. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. We can talk to the gardener, though. Okay, yes. We don't have a lot of time.
I can't believe it's snowing again.
The young woman watches the falling snow and sighs.
It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
My partner told me you may have some ammonia. Can I have some? Sure. I'm done with it. Takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you. Go easy on the stuff. Gives me a terrible headache. Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in the greenhouse in March? Well, she points to a wheelbarrow, surprised at the question. This might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me. She smells shyly. Smiles. You think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow. Visual calculus, medium 11. Squint your eyes and then look at her intently. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? Entrance to the yard. That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbouring gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you. You, by any chance, keeping an eye on us? No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. She looks towards the yard and her expression clears. The kid did this, right? The redhead rat? Can't say a sentence without fascist or kipped. He's always given me trouble. I was talking to him, yes. Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, do your job. But that kid is beyond help. He certainly won't help you. She shakes her head. You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you? The lieutenant intervenes, looking at her intently. Yes, I'm tired. I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us. There's silence, the smallest of smiles. That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. The lieutenant nods you. I think we're done here. Let's go. Okay, cool. I'm going to let you go. We have some ammonia, I believe. And, of course, we might be able to inspect the victim's body. I think I'm going to let you go. I've been John Foxy on Tunnel Tunnel West. I've been having a disco Disco Elysium adventure, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.